Hello and welcome to Shanghai Eye. Monday through Friday on Dragon TV, we bring you stories to explore and decode China. Hi, Meng Ying.
Hi there, I'm He Jian. We will look at business, tech, urban life, arts and culture, and sports, and everything going on here in the city. Nearly 300 masterpieces spanning India, Iran, and the Ottoman world have arrived in Shanghai from the Louvre and now on view at the Museum of Art Pudong. The Wonder of Patterns is the Louvre's largest exhibition ever staged in China, tracing how Islamic art shaped a shared visual language across civilizations. Zhang Hong takes us inside the exhibition.
At the Museum of Art Pudong in Shanghai, nearly 300 masterpieces from India, Iran, and the Ottoman world have arrived from Musée du Louvre in Paris. Together, they form the Wonder of Patterns, the Louvre's largest exhibition ever staged in China. Beyond the beauty, this show reveals how civilizations once communicated through design, craftsmanship, and a shared artistic language. To get a closer look at the ideas behind this exhibition, I'm here with Dr. Suraya Nujam, who leads the Islamic Art Department at Musée du Louvre. Patterns is obviously the key word of this exhibition. How do patterns function in Islamic art?
Pattern is like really structuring the aesthetical language of Islamic art. It's based, I would say, on three kind of repetitions. Pattern based on nature, the patterns based on geometrical elements, and finally the calligraphic elements as well. Since the beginning of the 16th century, definitely there was an interest for nature and an interest also for the imaginative world that was maybe conveyed by those patterns. Those geometrical elements that structure the decor or rhythm also is given also by the choice of colors.
The patterns in Islamic art keep resurfacing in global design. What allows this visual language to travel so well across cultures and eras?
In the 19th century and even before the 19th century, the luxury of these objects, the techniques were extremely researched and looked after by the travelers, diplomats. All Middle Eastern region was kind of a fantasy for European travelers. Now in terms of design, the strength of Islamic art is this geometrical abstract design. The Maison Cartier, the Frères Cartier, Louis Cartier, they were collectors of Islamic art. And we present in this show two really refined small pen boxes, but extremely luxurious, in ivory, engraved with precious stone that was part of their collection. Those pen boxes and the motifs that are engraved on them literally inspired the Frères Cartier in their design of the jewelry of the beginning of the 20th century.
Many works here reflect intense cultural exchange. What do these hybrid forms tell us about how civilizations interacted?
The singularity of Islamic art is really this kind of interactions between different sources of inspiration. In this exhibition, throughout the ceramic art, I think the visitor will be able to understand how motifs, techniques, blue and whites, traveled throughout the Silk Road. The peony, the dragons and the phoenix and the cranes, those motifs were brought to the Middle East and reused by artists and by artisans in a total different meaning.
Now let's talk about scenography. How can immersive environments function?
The general scenography by Cécile de Gauss. For the first section of the exhibition, she recreated a kind of mural look and feel using this reddish type of decor and arches. For the Iranian/Safavid dynasty, we've recreated the very large palaces open onto garden. Moving to the Ottoman world, it's really the look and feel of the palaces of the Ottoman world, which were created as little pavilions, all linked together throughout gardens. For the Pudong Museum of Art, it's the first time that we create this kind of period room. It's important for the visitor to understand how architecture worked with objects, carpets, lights. I was myself rediscovering some of the artworks that we have displayed because it's the first time we present them as a whole and not as separated objects. What is, I think, successful in the exhibition is it helps us to understand the context of those creations.
This is the Louvre's largest exhibition ever shown in China. What makes Shanghai the right place for this collaboration, and what does it mean for the Louvre?
The Louvre Museum is a universal museum, opened to the world. Shanghai, with its modernity, was the right partner for this kind of big exhibition. We've opened 2 weeks ago a gallery where African art, Oceanian art, Asian art, Islamic art dialogue together. This sort of display goes into the same direction, expressing the universality of the Louvre and multidisciplinary approach.
China already has some of the world's most successful technology companies in several sectors. And the 15th five-year plan will aim to ensure that's true for the next generation of technology too. Timothy Pope continues our dive into the ins and outs of the next 5-year plan.
A major point in the draft for the 15th five-year plan is that China should be a leader in emerging industries. We've seen this kind of thing and references to it in previous plans, but I think the emphasis that it's getting this time around is something new. So, firstly, let's look at what the Chinese government means in this document when it says emerging industries. A major one where China is undoubtedly already in the lead globally is new energy. China already dominates the world in terms of both installing new energy capacity and production of the tech, parts and components. The plan also mentions new materials. This is one of those situations where we've got a kind of boring umbrella term, new materials, that covers a lot of really cool scientific advances. Some of these are sustainable materials like bioplastics made from algae, which can then be used in packaging or even clothing. Others are materials which can self-repair if they're damaged. And still others are nanomaterials, which are stronger and lighter than anything that we've seen before. I could be here all day just talking about new materials, but they are on the list. Then we have the low altitude economy, which is what the Chinese government calls the drone industry. And it's so much bigger than just those little camera drones that you might personally own. Some cities in China already have drone delivery services. But an expansion of this sector has the potential to really radically change how our cities work and even how we live our daily lives. If, more probably when, autonomous driving and drone technology are integrated, just think of the kinds of changes that will mean for your daily life. Then there's the stuff that's still really groundbreaking, that scientists all over the world are racing to develop or perfect. What the plan calls future industries. 6G communications, quantum computing, hydrogen fuel, nuclear fusion power, biomanufacturing, so literally growing products like pharmaceuticals, fuels, or those new materials we just talked about. Then there's brain-computer interfaces, embodied intelligence. That's an advanced area of robotics that focuses on how robots interact with the real world. So much of this has the potential to really change the world and how our daily lives work. And China is committed to having its companies be at the forefront of these developments. But it's more than that too, because you can't have AI-powered robots or autonomous drones just zipping around without some kind of framework of regulation, defining where, when and how these things can be used. And each of these innovations will also require extensive infrastructure to support it, and China needs to be a leader in that too. It's interesting to see these kinds of things talked about in the 5-year plan because, for me, they've always been more in the realm of science fiction. But the Chinese government isn't known for setting unrealistic goals. Ambitious goals, yes. And if you look at the areas which got the biggest support in the 14th five-year plan, semiconductors, AI, new energy vehicles, the digital economy, and more, if China doesn't already have world-leading products in those areas as we come to the end of that plan, it's coming very, very close.
Into our Q&A section. Today's question is from Pete from the United States. I plan to arrive at Pudong International Airport at 6 a.m. and the flight out is at midnight. Do I need to take my luggage out of transit and place it in storage because I am leaving the airport during the day? First off, Pete, be sure to confirm with your airline whether your checked luggage will be through-checked to your final destination or whether you will need to retrieve it during your layover. If you do need storage during your stay in Shanghai, Pudong International Airport provides luggage storage services at several locations in both of its terminals. You can follow the instructions when you arrive or ask any staff for help.
If you've got any questions for us, you can find us on all the socials and all the content online as well.
And please do join us here on Dragon TV, Monday to Friday.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.